Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming with more Hearts of Iron for La Résistance, playing as the French Empire. We have surrounded the capital of Germany in Berlin, so their supplies aren't going anywhere. Now we are just questioning how much more can I take away from the Italians, Hungarians, Romanians, etc. So I get the bulk of the war score and can walk away from this war with far more territory than the Soviet Union. Also, I still kind of like the idea of the Soviet Union and the Germans fighting each other and wasting their equipment against each other, because that just softens them up and makes it easier for me to kill them at a later date. So I'm still happy with that at the moment. We should set up probably another front line over, I don't know, how about down over this way? And we'll use them to also be pushing down toward Bulgaria. Any casualties I can get on my enemies, that should translate into some extra war score and so on. What are we doing right now with our intelligence? So we have been building up a spy network. We are still trying to make resistance contacts, and this is ready to go. However, for some reason we cannot. We need a target state. So this is where I'm getting a little confused. Where are my... Okay, so my spies got relocated because we took some important land. So what we need to do is reset over to, let's say, Warsaw. And then have you move over, let's say... Where do we want to go with her? Do we want to just go over toward, do we want to just go into the Soviet Union and start preparing them? No, you know what I'd really like to do is set up some proper collaborative governments. That's what I would like to do. Like, up to this point, we have not. But I feel like that'd be fun to do. What are the odds I can set up a spy network pretty quickly here in Legionary Romania and still make that happen? I don't know. We have the options to infiltrate the civilian administration, but that's not too helpful to me. Preparing a collaborative government would be awesome, but 332 days is a very, very long time. What judges this? It's the enemy counterintelligence that determines how long it would take for a collaboration government. So I'm kind of curious then, if I had to look at someone like Romania, let's start building up some spy network, and let's see, maybe because they are smaller or perhaps they have not invested in counterintelligence, we would be able to take one of them and turn them into a puppet. Because I've been thinking a little bit about the last week's videos. And by the way, I apologize if some people were bored about that. I know last week was exclusively just fighting Germany again and again and again until we won. But, I mean, it had to happen. But I'm wondering if, at some point, I got a little too hasty with one of my decisions that would have allowed us to release a lot of collaborative governments with the territory that I occupy across Africa, Asia, etc. And I just discarded that, thinking, I don't really care about collaborative governments. It's not going to matter. But that may be a bad way of thinking. That may be just due to the previous experience I have had with Hearts of Iron, where, who do we want to trade with here, by the way? Let's go ahead and trade with Iraq, I guess. Where previously, you know, once you conquered some territory, the resistance to occupation would possibly, like, disrupt and destroy some of your captured factories. But ultimately, once the war was done, you owned all the factories, but that is not the case anymore with the occupied territories down here. So, for example, in Algeria, we're looking at 79% for our compliance. Right now, we are getting... Well, but see, here's the thing, though. We're getting 100% of their factories. So how would releasing Algeria, for example, as a collaborative state help me? Whereas a nation like Belgium, when we're only getting 71%, I think the next state level would have gotten us up to 80%, so it's slightly better. But is this actually the way to go? Hang on. I'm sorry. I know we're now digging into details of the game that maybe some people don't care about, but I need to understand how this works. So collaboration government. So we get 75% of their civilian and military industry. Only 75%. So, is this actually worth it? Like, once you get to a high enough level of collaboration naturally, is there much point in setting up a collaborative government afterwards? Because that's an option here once you get high enough, and that almost would imply to me that this is a desirable state once you get to 80%. Or I guess in this case, 78%. We could release them as a collaborative state here. Collaboration government. But that would result in a net decrease, wouldn't it? Unless Algeria does not have any civilian factories and all I get is the military. Maybe getting the civilian factories is the way to go. But I don't even think in Algeria that we have built any civilian factories. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. This is something that I need to experiment with a bit more. I can absolutely see the advantage of setting up a collaborative government before you invade somebody, right? So that, let's say, Germany, rather than have to deal with all of their resistance for the next, like, 5 or 6 years until we get a lot of collaboration and get their factories, we could start with them as a collaborative government. I see the value in that. That is definite. And then you just have to, you know, build down their, various different infrastructure and civilian factory projects there, and all of a sudden you're good to go, and you can annex them as before. And that's certainly great. But yeah, and understanding how these collaborative governments work, I think, is going to be a very important aspect of the game going forward. And I really should do a lot more research to understand why that works the way it does. Can we just start pushing a little bit here, guys? Can you all break through something and do something fun? Because I don't want to sit here for forever. This war has to end, right? Kind of important that I let this war end so that I can move on to my next target, which is the Soviet Union, and then we can finish the series and move on to something else that will be fun.
Attention.
We have a bunch of new units that just finished up. Okay. Well, let's send you here, I guess. Maybe one of you guys is going to go over here. 3 of you there. I mean, this is kind of mix-matching my troops a little bit, but oh well, I think we'll live. And the rest go to a new army under you. Do we have another commander available? We do, and it will have to be a field marshal, it looks like, so I guess I'll take you. Okay. So you just get a few more troops. Sweet. Lots of resistance to occupation is absolutely no surprise at all. I mean, I expect the Germans to be fighting pretty hard against me. Why do I have front lines against Czechoslovakia? We're buds with them. They are my puppet. I don't need front lines against that game. The German have... Oh, wow, the Germans decrypted my ciphers. Well, that's not going to do you a lot of good, given that you have effectively no troops left. And they all have very poor supplies, so that's... Yeah, good for you. No. Good job. Good job, Germany, cracking that there code. It's brilliant. It really was. Let's grab this air base. Where are my planes right now? They are currently not helping me where I want them. Let's move them here, I guess. Let's see if we can get some support in Czechoslovakia in particular, where I'm going to be fighting a little bit more. Specifically trying to get to Bratislava. Wouldn't mind knocking out these little puppets. How are we looking in terms of our overall war score? Soviet Union has 40% compared to my 51%. I'm pretty sure I get the war score of all my vassals, though, so that's pretty decent right now. And the Soviet Union is surprisingly close to capitulation. Like, it would actually be very much in my favor, I think, if the Soviets actually just capitulated so that I could just eat all of them when I killed the Germans. I am pretty sure that's how it would work, right? Pretty confident. Can you guys just collapse and kill these guys? They have no supply. They should have no organization. This should just be a bunch of overruns and kills. An agent was killed. No! No! I was trying so hard to set things up here. Oh. Let me see real quick. Can I prepare a collaboration government in, let's say, Warsaw? No, wait, not Germany. Wait, what am I trying to do? Make resistance contacts. Select target. Oh, here's the target. Okay. Again, I've never done this before. So setting up in, let's say, Krakow, with these two people, we could actually set this up in 105 days. That said, we're about to conquer all of this anyway. If I were going to set up a collaboration government, that would be worthwhile. But aside from that, I'm going to go with no. This is probably not necessary, but that's what I've been missing this whole time. The prepared here, you just have to actually select your state. People have probably been yelling at me in the comment section, haven't they? Hey, I just got an achievement. You will never kill me alive. Because I'm guessing one of my agents took a suicide pill. What are you guys doing? No! Whoa, 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 whoa. I thought I said no. Oh, crap. I accidentally commenced when ready. Well, I guess we're going to try to make some resistance contacts and see if that helps us at all. It's fine. I didn't want a collaboration government or anything, right? Alright, everyone just push. Kill everything you can. We're not worried about this anymore. I'm tired of playing this silly game with you. Soviet Union's 56% of the way towards capitulation. Controls 54% of its victory points. I'm just kind of curious to see if this continues to push to the east, or if the Soviets are now actually pushing west. If they're pushing west, maybe it's time for us to just go ahead and end this. And they are indeed pushing west, which means the Germans are falling apart. That's what we expected, given that the Germans should have no supplies. I mean, they're falling like tissue paper before me right now, so I fully expected that to be the case. What are all of you guys doing? Where's yellow? Okay, hang on. I'm going to ask some of these guys to head over this way and do a grand cutoff using my fast units. I think this is stupid, but again, we can just end the war whenever we want. Wait. I did not, however, intend for you to go through Berlin. No, 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 no. All these guys are asking if they can assist and reinforce. That is not what I meant. Alright, well that's just irritating. Do something like that. Tanks with motorized and other stuff. You all go this way as well. How about you go this way down towards Bucharest? Let's just see what I can pull off. And the second things are looking bad, we just end the war. Which I'm actually losing a lot of manpower right now. Let me just go ahead and end it. Well, I can't actually. Wait a minute. I can't do anything until I finish off Hungary. All right. That would be a thing, wouldn't it? Can you guys head up toward Budapest and actually break through something? No, shockingly, you cannot. Okay. Well, here's what I could do if I wanted to. Could just finish off Germany, they'll capitulate, I'll get this land, and all of a sudden we rapid redeploy. But I'm just going to go ahead and start marching my troops over this way, so, I don't know, maybe the Germans don't, maybe the Hungarians don't have a chance to reinforce and think about it? I'm not too sure. I think I'm playing a little bit sloppy right now, but that's because, one, I'm exhausted. This has been a pretty long and grueling campaign up to this point, but two, I feel like we're in a pretty good position, and I'm not feeling especially worried. We'll trade a bit more with the U.S. and other such folks. Sure. Get those supplies going. You are already going to Ostrava. That's good. We should be circling around Slovakia now, and the Germans are not in a position to really defend anything. There are some Bulgarian troops, hilariously enough, that are actually trying to hold me back in a fort. Weird. So what does Hungary need to lose? Probably, let's see. There's a lot of little victory points. Usually once you get to Budapest and like one other major city, Hungary falls apart. But now that they formed Greater Hungary, I think their cores have changed. So that's probably not as much the case now as it used to be. My unit's organization is just abysmal for some reason. I don't really know why. I also see that you do not have a front line anymore. Where did your brothers go? I don't know. Well, go have fun going somewhere, I guess. Alright, this is too much resistance. I'm just going to go ahead and collapse it and free up my troops. Go. Just push. What are we lacking in terms of equipment? Just self-propelled guns. So that's, yeah. I think we're fine. There shouldn't be too much that's holding me back in terms of my equipment production right now. Shouldn't be too many reasons why our organization is so low. So let's just keep building up. I wouldn't mind getting even more fighters, but for now we're okay there. We're upgrading all of our advanced artillery. That's fine. We've got plenty of guns. We're producing an absolute ton of tanks at this point. I wouldn't mind getting some more naval bombers. Let's see if there's any other planes that I'd like to get. Should we just go ahead and start building the scout planes just because I haven't used them? I think yes. Let's go ahead and start getting some scout planes. So how are we doing in terms of our... Okay, so you guys are still doing something. You're on an operation for another 82 days. Is there a way to cancel this? Like, once it's going, you cannot cancel an operation that's already been started. That sucks. All right, learning a lesson there. It's actually kind of surprising to me. But okay. Well, even so. Okay, there goes the fall of Berlin. German Reich capitulates, and I get all of their equipment and all of this land. So do the Soviets. They get a fair bit more. A lot of these people have been left behind, so there goes Bulgaria's troops and a lot of other people that were stuck up here. Red, front line goes right along here, and offensive line to push down this way. Basically, everything now comes down to just killing Hungary. Which I've already got a lot of troops currently moving in that direction. Very inelegantly, but they are. Can you guys possibly do anything against Bratislava right here and just take it? Because I like to take their capital and finish that off real quick. Should be able to, even with the river crossing penalty. These are Romanian troops that are actually holding the line here. Okay. Air support still doing fine in areas that matter. Could set up some new air wings. We can recruit a new operative. Who do we want? Well-groomed? No. Infiltrator? Nobody of the correct nationality. Surinamese. Interesting. Let's go with the Seducer, I guess. You should be fine. And let's start building up a spy network against the Russians in anticipation that I'm going to need something against them going forward. This guy should be dead. Are we currently cracking a Soviet code? We are. 250 days remaining until that is done. Nothing else we can do to speed this up, unfortunately. Psychological warfare wouldn't do us a lot of good right now. We could go for some cryptology for our own defense. Coordinated strike, intelligence from operatives, sabotage, blueprints, commando training. Commando is pretty good. We'll go ahead and get that for higher likelihood in case we get some more operatives once we do form our own faction, but I don't remember what commando does exactly. I'm pretty sure it's very good for setting up resistance campaigns. But yeah. So why can't I end this? Now that the Germans have fallen, are the Poles considering me to be their threat? Is there a reason that they're resisting me? Is that it? Okay, punch through here and encircle Budapest real quick. You should be able to do this. My organization is just abysmally low. Okay, so the Russians did something else. Looks like they just lost some land to Legionary Romania. But with the Germans gone, they should be collapsing on them at this point, so nothing really new there. Bratislava has fallen. Can we possibly take Prešov, or however you call it, right here? Slovakia capitulates. Okay, so we get their territory and their equipment. Let's get up to Budapest. You guys start pushing down this way. I'm just making wide general movements at this point, but yeah, I think we're fine. And once Greater Hungary falls, the war is officially over. So then it will be a question of what can I take that the Soviets do not get. Yeah? I want to make sure that I get all the goodies. Military police, good. That should mean that I require less garrisons. What else should we be building right now? Could start building some armored cars if we want to have some fun. Sure, let's try building some armored cars. These guys are pretty good for different forms of garrisons, especially when the resistance gets too high. You don't want to risk your enemies shooting your police and killing them, right? So you give them armored cars, and it's kind of like bulletproof vests, and they survive. And you lose less garrison and stuff. I mean, it's good, but it's expensive. So if you're happy with that, you know, go for it. Let's see. I'm going to go for some maintenance companies. Let's go ahead and just get those upgrades for my tanks, since I'm hoping we're going to have a few more that we can use against the Soviets going forward. We got Budapest, didn't we? We did. So what is the new capital for Hungary? It's over here. Well, we're already on our way there, but let's just kind of emphasize that a bit further. Try to grab those last victory points. Come on. We need to end this. I want them dead. And why are these guys not dead? Seriously, they've got so much attrition. They've got nowhere to go, no supplies. I'm pretty confident I told you guys to attack them earlier. Why didn't you actually do what I said? No, I'm not going to join your faction, Soviets. Gosh. I don't need any more non-aggression pacts. I don't think that that's necessary at all. Any other planes that I would like? How about bombers? We don't need transport planes because I've not been doing anything with that. We could also get things like carrier fighters and stuff because I'm pretty sure we have not been replacing those properly for my aircraft carriers. I think we have a little bit. Let's go ahead and start building up some tactical bombers. I know I'm running low on supplies. I'm not going to bother with trade at the moment because I think a lot of that's going to get reevaluated in a minute anyway. Okay, there goes that. Then you guys are now going to collapse down this way. And that is the end. All right, so goodbye, Axis. It was nice knowing you. But now, you must die. I have a lot of war score. Nice. All right, so let's start with a little bit of cleanup work so I don't have to think about it. Where's Canada? That's the French Raj. Province of Canada. I'm going to give you the rest of your land up over here so you don't have to think about that anymore. Thank you. Who else we got over here? We could puppet the North Sea Empire. That'd be funny. Can I? Wait, hang on. No, because we never actually fought these guys, they're going to become independent. So the fascists are going to remain banished in Greenland. Personally, I find that somewhat hilarious, and I'm okay with that. Let's make sure that we take the rest of... Actually, no, let's not. Let's prioritize the things that I don't want the Soviets to be taking. So we want a lot of Germany proper. There's a lot of supplies and a lot of factories, and I know that I'm going to need this if I want to have the industry required to beat the Soviets going forward. So I'm going to be taking, like, all of this, pushing up into Poland, and deny them as much as I can, which is not an absolute ton. Well, hang on. Another thing we could do, actually, where's Bohemia? Because they should have some cores that I can give them very cheap, right? What does their capital look like? Their flag look like again? There it is. These guys. Why is this so expensive for you? I'm shocked. You'd think that you'd be able to take that. Okay, never mind. I guess we're not going to give them back their homeland. Is there anyone I would like to take as a vassal? Possibly. Where's all the oil? There it is. I want to take this, definitely. That's a huge oil source, and I'll make sure that the Soviets do not get it. I am concerned about the Soviets setting up some puppets I won't like, but let's grab a lot of the industry. End turn. Okay. Soviets did take some puppets. They took Romania and German Papua. Really? Okay. No, I mean, if that's your priority, go for it, dude. So let's see. Should I take some puppets, or should I be greedy and take land? I'm going to be greedy and take land. Let's pass. Satellites. A couple of things. I think... Oh, you somehow satellited the North Sea Empire. You did take Norway, which I don't like, but okay. We should take some land out of Italy as well. Make sure that doesn't get puppeted. But even if it does, as long as they don't feed them a lot of land, I don't care. Let's grab this. They're not going to get to take any more land along there. We'll take this coastline. Okay. So we're going to have a good full front line that we can use going against the Soviets in the future. And then, yeah, we focus on more German states. This is where most of the stuff is cheap anyway, right? So let's just do that. Okay. Pass, pass. Why does Mongolia have an absolute ton of war score? Don't know, but they do. The French Empire is going to look pretty good by the end of this, by the way. Let's take some of this. I'm not seeing the Soviets take much else unless they decided to go up here or something. No, they haven't. I think they may have satellited Iceland, but again, you can have that. I don't really care. Let's go ahead and just take the rest of Northern Africa to clear out that border gore. Grab the deserts. We'll go ahead and grab more of Africa. So I don't ever have to fight over here again, gosh dang it. Okay, so we got all of this. It's pretty good. I guess we could take some land up over here if we want. Just establish some little colonies here and there. It's going to be a little annoying from a garrison perspective, but okay. And then, yeah, let's continue pushing along the, let's continue pushing along the coast. I'm not going to be releasing a lot of puppets. And I could, I mean, if I'm going to form a faction, maybe that would be a good thing to do just because it does result in extra spies. But I think we're far enough in the game at this point that I've kind of committed to not playing a ridiculously strong spy game. So at this point, I'd rather just see what can happen if we take a lot of land. Can we somehow make the garrisons work for that? That's what I'd like to know. All right, we can take all of Denmark. Start working our way up Scotland. Looks like Northern Ireland may be getting released, which is an interesting choice. So there are actually going to be communists in Ireland. Funny. Okay, German Papua. I don't even know where this is, but I apparently can take your states. I'll take the remaining German states. End turn. Done. And so, the French Empire conquers almost the entirety of Europe. Huzzah! Okay, we got a lot of really messed up front lines, so let's clean all that nonsense up. Would have been nice, actually, to fabricate a claim against Switzerland just so we can clear them out. We might do that once we actually start fighting the Soviets. Okay, so let's see. We need to set up a bunch of divisions to defend myself against the Soviets. So, we need to set up along here with an army. Let's make sure you use the right defensive armies if possible. You guys set up along here as well.
Attention.
Let's see. Who else is currently a part of Comintern? Just their little vassals here and there. The Chinese United Front is still alive and well, which is shocking to me. Am I still at war with the Japanese? Yes. Alas, I am technically at war with a major power. Okay.
Écoutez.
I'm going to set up an army to just go ahead and kill Norway. This could actually prove useful in that it might give me a backdoor access into the Soviets later if I decide to attack Finland or just use a quick little naval invasion to get up here. Could be handy. The Workers' Republic of Iceland. Hey, I recognize you. I don't think he belongs there.
Attention.
Can I do a naval invasion over here? Maybe. I don't really see why not. See if we can set up anything over there. That'll be fine. We lost a few troops in a few places, apparently.
Écoutez.
Yeah, I think we just mostly stack up a lot more troops against the Soviets.
Attention.
We will want to focus our fire in some place. Where do I want to place my offensive units? So we push along the north and try to get to Moscow? Probably.
Aux ordres.
So we'll set you guys up along like this. Okay.
Écoutez.
We have more units. We have so many soldiers I can throw into this at this point. This is a lot. This is a lot to be throwing against one front line, isn't it? I think it's a little bit much. But even so, when I do fight the Soviets, it's not like there's going to be a lot more. Let me go ahead and set some guys up in Switzerland. Let's just go ahead and see if we can clean up Europe. I don't know. I like the idea of the French Empire's text covering all of Europe. Heck, we might even form a European Union out of this. I don't know. Actually, I haven't done that on Iron Man. That'd be kind of fun. Should I set up a naval invasion elsewhere? Yes, we should, but where? I can set up a naval invasion up over in, like, Estonia? And try to set up closer to Leningrad, or at least hold this area and distract them while we punch through. That might be good. Might be bad, too. We don't know the answer to these things until we try, do we?
Attention.
Let's assign a few units there. Oops.
Pareil.
Assign a few units over here. Okay. Are we training anything right now? Yes, we have a few more units that are still on the way, including a bunch of 40 combat width and some tanks. I should have a load of tanks now, right? No, surprisingly, we did not steal all of the German tanks. Well, that's disappointing. But okay, once a lot of those units are trained up, we'll make sure we have some more naval invasions that are set and ready to go. I would like to set up a naval invasion of Ireland just so we can take that out.
Pareil.
I'll send more troops over here in the future.
Gardez vos rangs.
For now, let's just go ahead and get them planning. So, wait, did we already get the war goal against the Soviets? We have not. So we are going to finish with some more investments in colonial industry to get some civilian factories. Then we're going to go ahead and get our war goal against the Soviets. And then we begin the final stretch for the French Empire, and that is to conquer Moscow and finally fulfill Napoleon Bonaparte's dream. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
All right, let's go ahead and do an